Apologies in advance for the fustercluck of following footage. My GoPro died, my camcorder didn't record audio, and my phone ran out of storage, but captured enough to make a video out of it, and I hope you enjoy. Also, the 50 cal did not work. It malfunctioned and we could not fix it. All right, camera's on.
Well, it didn't blow up.
That was it.
Nice.
How did that feel?
It's soft. It's a soft recoil.
Okay.
So who's going?
I should believe that.
It was loud.
There's definitely a crack.
Even
That's
with
for
your
sure.
earphones on, you knew it was loud.
Crack.
Who's next? Come on, Lance. Get over here.
I think that hill moved when it hit. Yeah. And it shoots one at a time, or you can?
No, I can do. It's semi-auto,
That's similar.
but I'm only loading one at a time.
I hear you.
Okay, so first thing we've got to do is wind this.
It's like a crossbow.
Well,
Yeah, you got to go around once and another time. There you go. So that brought the bolt back.
gotcha.
So it's too much pressure to try to, pull it back.
Right.
So this.
That's the shell.
So you will get in position. Okay, now squeeze here,
Right.
not the trigger, but this part.
Yeah. Now.
Yep, squeeze.
Oh, wait.
No, you squeeze it hard.
Wait,
You said wait.
get your hands back.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, now that's the bolt going forward.
Right.
And now you're all ready to go.
Yeah. Here we go. Ready?
Yep. Ooh, he almost got its butt. You know what? The pressure seemed more to me right here than behind the gun. You almost got it.
I almost got it. I saw it hit. Did you see it? The dust?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. You're just high.
I think it was just high. And I was aiming the sight as low as it could go. I mean, as level as I possibly could get. And I couldn't get down low enough.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Okay.
Or should I have my shoulder position?
I think you're gonna have to lie down. Yeah. I think That's gonna be better.
Yeah, lean into it.
Did you see that? Oh, it went high and it hit the marshy part and mud flew up. Awesome. Back up.
No, that's supposed to be there. Keep your hand back. Oh, that's a hit. Nice shot.
That hit it bullseye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That hit it.
I couldn't see it.
It looks like it's just above the yellow.
Just above the yellow.
No way.
There it is. That, because the one on the right is the new ammo. The one on the left is armor piercing from World War II.
No problem.
It just made it molten. See that?
Is it hot?
No, but it had enough kinetic force that it turned molten.
Look at that. Right through. So the gun in the video is a Finnish Lahti L-39 anti-tank rifle. It was designed before World War II as a cost-effective solution of killing tanks. Anti-tank rifles were very common at the time. Everyone thought they were going to be great and going to be far cheaper than expending actual tanks to kill tanks, so every country really had developed or would develop an anti-tank rifle. The L-39 was designed by Lahti, a Finnish gun designer, to use the Solitherm long ammunition, which was a cartridge invented by Switzerland but supplied to the Finnish by the Germans. Basically, if you cause trouble with the Soviets, I'll lend you some equipment and training. During the Winter War, a conflict between Finland and the Soviet Union, they had actually not finished developing the Lahti anti-tank rifle for production at the time, so only 2 prototypes were used. They were used well, but they weren't ultimately produced in time for that war. But they were given a high priority so that they would be more than ready for the next time the Finns and the Soviets went into conflict during the Continuation War. Unluckily for the Finnish, World War II was the greatest period of technological advancement in military history. The tanks that they'd been fighting in the Winter War were replaced for the Continuation War, and T-34s were a lot tougher than T-26s. So they found their anti-tank rifles to be not effective enough to bet your life on versus T-34s. So they were pressed into service as sniper rifles because the Finnish used everything as a sniper rifle. They used their own submachine gun as a sniper rifle. It's not to say that there would be practical for everyone to use as a sniper rifle, but it's just something that the Finnish do. They just do that. If it has iron sights and it shoots, it's a sniper rifle to them. So that used it effectively enough there. They used it to cause trouble by lighting forest fires far behind enemy lines and generally be a nuisance. They eventually just took the Lahtis and converted them into anti-aircraft guns by making them full auto, pairing them with each other, and giving them an extra magazine. But I'd like to explain the results at the end of the video, where you see the aftermath of 2 hits from the 20mm to the bare target that we had set up. It didn't receive any other hits from the 20mm or any other gun before then, but you see a drastic difference between the two. And I'll explain why. Most of us, when we were shooting, we didn't actually line up both iron sights. We just guessed it because the ear protection was too bulky to actually have a cheek weld with the rifle low enough to see both of the sights. But the only 2 people who did look down both of the sights and take the sacrifice of making it a bit more uncomfortable by putting the edge of the stock into the top of their shoulder, both of them hit. So it was a very accurate rifle. But we shot with 2 different types of ammo. We shot with this type, which is the reproduction ammo that you'll see in every video of a Lahti firing in the modern day. You'll see this ammo even in Forgotten Weapons video on the Lahti, though he doesn't shoot a target with it. So, you know, this is kind of the only video on the internet where it does that, so you're welcome. But this ammo evidently was not as strong as the original. See, this is what we shot most of the time, and we shot one other round, and that the only other type of round that we shot, the one time we shot it, we also hit. That would be this. This is not a replica. This is real. We only have a couple rounds of this. We don't really want to shoot any more because it's probably extremely valuable. But you can see on here, you can faintly see a eagle with a swastika on it. This ammo was made by the Nazis and given to the Finnish during World War II. But they didn't just give it to the Finnish. See, the Solitherine long ammunition was used in a lot of guns. If you've played War Thunder, you'll know the terror that is the Wirbelwind, which uses the Flak 38 2cm cannons that use this exact ammunition. And if you play War Thunder, you'll also recognize the name Panzergranat 40, PZGR 40. That is the name that the Germans in World War II just gave to their APCR equivalent, which means it is a shell cased in aluminum with a small tungsten core that is the penetrator. That overall makes the shell lighter, gives it a higher velocity, but once it hits the target, it has a very small, extremely dense penetrator that can go right through it. This round right here is Panzergranat 40. This is what they used against tanks in the war. This is what you see in War Thunder with tanks like the Wirbelwind. And this is, well, extremely effective. This has 49 millimeters of penetration. And in the video, we only tested it against one steel target, which had about 9.5 millimeters of thickness and went straight through. There was no spalling or kind of a banana peel effect, so it didn't just barely go through. It went right through. What you don't see in the video, because the camera cut out and ran out of storage, I shouldn't be throwing that around. What you don't see in the video, because the camera ran out of storage and cut out, is the fact that there was a gash in the land just 20 meters away from the target. That was long, there's no grass present, just dirt, and the round likely bounced and went into the hillside somewhere where we will never find it. We suspect the reason that this performed far better than the replica ammunition that everyone uses is that the guy that made this realized this was made out of aluminum, but he didn't know that there's also a tungsten core in the middle of it. Or that was too expensive. Tungsten is extremely expensive, and the Germans had problems with that in the war. They could not produce enough tungsten ammunition, so you see a lot of other ammunition, and this is only for very special anti-tank uses. But that's why this simply did not go through, but it still created a huge crater, which we shot at the target with 30-06 later, and that just scored the surface. It did not go through, it did not make dents, did not do anything like this did. But clearly, this had far more power. And notably, the Lahti is meant to be a semi-automatic weapon. It just has a bolt that locks open every time that it is shot, and the grip trigger will send the bolt forward. And the replica ammunition didn't cycle the bolt, but this did. After we shot this, we found the casing on the ground, and it was ready to go forward again and fire the next round. So that is fascinating. I believe this isn't hotter ammunition than the replica. I just believe that with the more weight, it has a stronger recoil impulse that cycled the action when the other did not. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. It was really cool to shoot a cannon. It was really cool when it didn't explode. So I hope you guys also got to learn something. Even though the cameras didn't work the way I wanted them to, I got enough to make a video. And I am going to put this live ordnance away before I blow myself up. Have a great day.